Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. Look, the kiss of death is believing that something has been handled. Now, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it one more time before I introduce myself. The kiss of death, the kiss of death is believing that something has been handled. My name is Denise Merriweather. I want to take a moment right now before I get into what I do and all those wonderful things. I got to make sure that everything is shared where it needs to be shared. And just to let y'all know, hopefully you are enjoying this opportunity to get a taste of what's happening inside of the Inner Circle Collective. But I do want to inform you that we're going to have to stop broadcasting out here and just start broadcasting inside of the group. By the end of the month, this will end. And also by the end of the month, the founders rate will increase. So I just want to go ahead and get that out there and out into the universe, just so you'll know that is what's going to be happening. That is not a surprise to you, that you've had enough warning that this is what's happening. So I just want to let you know that right there. All right. So the kiss of death. The kiss of death is believing that something has been handled. My name is Denise Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneur's Jumpstart Program. It is the #1 training environment for women in the world who's looking to move from their career to their calling and navigate their journey from their passions to their profits. And how do you do this? How do you do this? By building your courage, confidence, and competence so you can accept, believe, and commit to what it is God has called you to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and have this conversation. What are the 3 benefits of having a strong follow through? I had mentioned something about follow through on last week, and I thought that it was powerful and it was important. And I want to make sure that you kind of get where you stand and where you are with your level of follow through. Like, I thought that my follow through was strong. I thought that I am affectionately known as the results coach. So of course, I believe my follow through is impeccable. But let me tell you, when I heard this saying, in one of the trainings that I was in last year, that the kiss of death is believing that something has been handled, I had to clutch my pearls. I had to take a look at myself. I had to get really real and really and take a look at myself to see, Denise, are you really impeccable with follow through, or are you really good at communication? Because here's the thing. Sometimes we think, or I think, that I'm good at something because I'm getting a desired results. But I'm not taking it into account what effort and how I got to that result, right? Some of the things that I'm able to achieve, I can do easier if I had a better strategy or system to make sure that it got done. But when I heard that the kiss of death is believing that something else have been handled, I had to take a second look. As my sister and I sometimes chat about and pick on each other about, it's an inside joke about taking a second look. I had to take a second look. And I had to look at the things that I actually was achieving and what actually it took to make it happen. When I did not follow up on a particular request, whether it was to have a meeting, anything that has to do with my calendar, meeting people somewhere, like Tamu reached out to me today and was like, yo, Denise, we got to meet before you go out of town so I can help with, the Bible study or whatever, right? We think we are following through, but we're really not. And all forms of communication. Hold on just one second. Let me take a sip of water, because y'all know I get up here sometimes and like to choke. I don't know. It's the old people thing. Thank you for allowing me to do that. But sometimes we think that we're doing some great form of communication that's actually going to help us get the results we want, but it's trash. I hate to say it that way, but y'all know that's my style, but it's trash. And when I started actually taking a look at the communication style, which I get, and I don't know if you get, but I subscribe to, I know that text messages are not real communication. Emails, it's not real communication. I mean, I don't understand why we use it and act like it is, but real communication is a conversation with someone. And if you're not having a conversation with someone, you don't know whether or not they received your text message. You don't know whether or not they received your email. And we try to do business or handle business by flying emails and text messages around like we're doing some real communication. And it's because we don't want to take the time to follow through, pick up the phone and have a conversation with someone. Maybe because we think we're so busy or that it's not necessary. But I'm telling you, a lot of the things that's not moving in your life, or that you're not getting results on, that you're not able to see, is because your follow through is trash. And I had to take a look, and I get that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes my communication and my follow through is trash, right? And I have to be honest about it. A lot of us move when things are important to us, and we make sure that things get from point A to point B. But the things that we're not so concerned about, or we're flippant about, or that we give our word to that we really don't care about, we don't have the same level of care. We'll fly an email out or a text message. When I'm telling you right now, that's not a great form of communication. It's used for something else. And it's not for initiating or having someone adopting something or taking some course of action that's really important to you. So look, if you improve your follow through, if you pick up the phone, if you tap the person on the shoulder, if you do your due diligence to make sure things are done, here are some of the benefits, top three benefits that will help you if you just improving your follow through by itself. Number one is you'll start reaching your goals. Why is that? Because when you follow through on honoring your word and what it is that you say, that you write down, that you share with people, the aim that you have, right, to lose the 100 pounds, to earn the $1 million. See, I'm just telling y'all what my goals are, right? To lose 100 pounds, to actually earn $1 million in 1 year. That's something that I have to honor by becoming the type of person it's going to take in order for those goals to be real, right? I've been hearing a lot about identity alignment to reach your goals. And what I'm telling you is, if you became a person that followed through on everything that you said, everything that you set out to do, that you know that you could reach your goals, that you know that you probably can obtain things that's important to you or in your life so easily and quickly. If you would just focus on following through, you could reach your goals, and quicker and faster than you probably could have ever imagined. A lot of times it's just a whole bunch of drop balls, or the kiss of death, believing that something has happened that didn't happen at all because you didn't follow through. So number one, you would reach your goals. Number two, do you know that it takes something to be a person that's dependable? But if you follow through, people can depend on you to honor what it is that you said that you was going to do by when you said you was going to do it. I don't know about you. I do want to be seen as someone that's dependable. There has been situations in my life where I made requests of people and they said that they would do something and they didn't, for whatever excuse or reason that they gave me, that they didn't honor it. But I tell you what, I'm not sure, and it's probably no. I won't say everybody, but it's probably no. I would probably never, ever, ever, ever ask them to show up or do something for me again that I really cared about, because they're not dependable. And do you or anyone else, would you want to have the stigma, or do you want people to think of you as not being a dependable person? I mean, that's not a positive thing. And yeah, maybe it's not something that you'll care about initially, but there's things that you won't be invited to be a part of, whether it's on the work end or the show up enjoyment end, because a lot of things that we do with other people require us spending money. It requires an investment. And if I was to invite you to something where I was spending money for and you don't show up, 9 times out of 10, you ain't getting another invite to show up to something else and not show up and me spend my money. So number two, if you would just follow through and do what you said you was going to do and do better at that, you will become a dependable person. Okay, so number one, you'll reach your goals. Number two, you'll be a dependable person. Number three, and I said this years ago, I think back to the first time I had this conversation out here, but if you would just follow through on the things that you commit yourself to. And what is commitment anyway, right? What is giving your word to something? What is commitment? See, sometimes commitment, and I'll talk about this, maybe I'll save this for, well, it's already Thursday. So let me just talk about this just real quick, and I'll come back and do something a little longer on next week just to make sure that you got it, because I want to hurry up and wrap this up. But commitment. A lot of people are afraid of the word commitment because you feel like it's a strong obligation or it's locking you into something that you have no control over. See, commitment actually speaks to what's important to you and what you want to give yourself to. If you are committed to someone, it is a choice and an option that you have made and selected for yourself, not that someone has coerced you, twist your arm, or made you do. You have everything to say about the commitments that you have in your life, and with proper communication, you can change them. You're never locked in. You know, you never have baby in the corner. Is that what the saying is? You're not gonna have me pushed in the corner. So you always have the freedom to change or to alter a commitment because you have everything to say about it. It is a blessing to be committed to something or to someone because it shows what's important to you, not the other way around. Okay. But the third thing is you would start to trust yourself. You know, it's something about following through on something that you said, or goal, or an achievement that brings forth this type of excitement that I just can't describe or explain to you. Every time I honor myself and go to the gym, when I said that I was going to go to the gym, I tell the world, I talk about it. I'm excited about the commitments that I keep to myself, or clean the house, or organize my jewelry. See, these are my tasks. Or do a 1,000 piece puzzle with my daughter, right? These are things that I commit myself to, that I follow through on, and I have the benefit of being able to trust myself that I am a person of my word, and word is all that you have. It's everything that you are. It's everything that you have. Nothing is more important than your words, because your words create everything. Everything. And when you get that following through makes all the difference in the world, it will become a skill that you grow into, or that you develop within yourself, because follow through is so powerful and it's so promising, and it holds so many things in the palm of his hands. So I challenge you inside of this community on this page, for those who are listening, I want you to get follow through is an amazing skill for you to get better at. There's no perfection. We all fall when it comes to follow through. And follow through is not sending a blind email that you don't even know if a person got it. The kiss of death is believing that something else has been handled. And just because you sent the email, it never means that the person that you intended to receive the message, nor that they are taking on whatever request you have in the message, or that they received the information that you communicated in the message. So pick up the phone, have the conversation, make sure that and let me say this. I recently sent something via email and asked for the person to respond that they received it. They did not respond that they received it. But when I had a conversation with them, I asked them, hey, did you receive the email that I attached the document with my signature on it? And you know what they told me? Oh, yeah, I meant to let you know. I meant to follow through on the request. But see, the kiss of death would have been for me relying on that follow through to happen. Now, again, remember, it says something about them that maybe they don't think that's important. But remember, number 2, that you'll become a dependable person. Not very dependable. And I don't know what structure they need to put in place to make sure that they're responding to the things that they say that they're going to respond to. But I ain't coaching them. So I'm talking to you. I'm coaching you. So I just want to tell you those 3 benefits. 3 benefits of follow through. 1 is that you reach your goals. 2, you become a dependable person. And 3, you will be able to trust yourself. Look, I love you guys. I want you to have an amazing, amazing weekend. I want you to work on your follow through this year. The kiss of death is believing that something has been handled. Put that inside the chat. If I can't see y'all chat, so I don't know why I can't see them, and maybe you're not talking to me, but put it inside the chat. The kiss of death is believing that something has been handled. The key for you in this year in 2026, as we are working on our goals, as we are have completed 2025, is become impeccable with your follow through. Kiss of death is believing that something has been handled. If you know that there's something that needs to be done or you want to get to someone, follow up on it. Follow through. Make sure that it has happened until you have built dependability, or if you know that the person is dependable on following this through. And if not, set up some form of criteria to make sure if you haven't heard back from them, that you do the proper follow-up that you need to do, because the kiss of death is believing that something has been handled. All right. I love you guys. Have an amazing rest of the day. Have an amazing weekend. I will see you later on. I will see you next week. I'll be inside of the community. We're continuing to work on our goals for 2026. So I'll probably pop in sometime this weekend, see how things are going. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Have an amazing day.